Hi everyone! So we're back here for another weekly planetary weather forecast to see what transit we're gonna experience this week, and it will follow up with a tarot card reading for the collective. So on 24th Monday, Mars is going to enter Capricorn on 24th, 7:53 a.m. Eastern Time. So it's going to be 8:53 p.m. Hong Kong time. So adjust the time according to your location. So Mars was in Sagittarius during the past 6 weeks or so. So it brought in a more free and expensive energy. We're definitely feeling the festive season. We're celebrating. We're, doing our celebrations and having a good time, celebrating the new year and all those stuff. And this energy can be a little bit scatterbrained too, because Sagittarius is a mutable sign. It's very expensive. It's curious, and it likes to do a lot of things at the same time. So sometimes we might find ourselves a little bit tired, overwhelmed. We have a lot we want to do, or we feel like we need to do, but there's like not enough of time. And sometimes we might also feel like, just want to celebrate and procrastinate on everything else. We're in the mood of celebrating, so it can feel a little bit like that for the past 6 weeks or so. So now that Mars enters Capricorn, it's going to bring in a different energy. So actually Mars enjoys being in Capricorn, is exalted there, and Capricorn ruled by Saturn is going to bring in a more structured container for Mars to perform its warrior primal energy in action taking. And so we might feel like now that we had our little break, we're a little bit more focused now. We want to be a little bit intentional and purposeful when we in our action taking area. Like no matter what kind of action you want to take in your life, you might feel like now you have a bit more stamina, you're more focused, you're more ready to take action, whether it is in work or any other areas in your life. So if you have any passionate creative ideas or projects that you're working on or you want to work on, definitely use this Mars and Capricorn energy to help you to continue to take tangible steps and plan, and seeing the end of your projects or creative ideas, or even to start some, because Capricorn is a cardinal sign, is the initiating sign. So Mars in Capricorn can really help you to push forward your creative ideas or projects and move them forward in a very positive and good result. So yeah, it's a really nice energy, so take advantage of that. And also a little bit about, because like I said, it's a yin yang, so energy flows. There's always positive, but there's also a little bit shadow side that we need to pay attention to, is that Mars in Capricorn can sometimes make us feel like, oh yeah, I can do it, I can push a little bit more, I can pull another all-nighter, I feel like I have the stamina to keep going, and there's a want to push a little bit more and a bit more, and sometimes we will also feel burnout easier. So watch out for that, and remember that even though you might have a lot of fire inside you that you want to take action towards in your work area, in relationship, or whatever it is in your life, and it is a good thing, and definitely use this energy. But also remember that we cannot be constantly on that goal mode. We'll just burn out and not be able to continue. So in order to really keep going, we actually need to implement breaks in between to let us rest, recharge, and to go again. So that is Mars in Capricorn. So we'll have this energy with us for this upcoming 6 weeks. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, depending where you are, Mercury is retrograding, and it started its retrograde journey in Aquarius. Now, on 25th, 10:05 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 26:11:05 Hong Kong time, Mercury retrograde is still retrograding, but it's going to retrograde back and enter Capricorn. So I've mentioned last week that all the Mercury retrograde, well, 3 out of 4, the first 3 Mercury retrogrades that we're having this year has a very unique energy in it. It is swimming between the air and earth sign. So what it means that, yes, Mercury is also all about the mental energy. It is about our communication, our thoughts, the way we think, and the way we communicate with others. So when it's retrograding between air and earth sign, it's asking us to not just be stuck in the mind at the reflecting, revisiting stage, but also remember to plan or take tangible actions to ground those thoughts and idea to the 3D world, to communicate, to implement them in our 3D life. So now that Mercury retrograde back in Capricorn, it is asking us, well, what have you been reflecting and thinking about? Maybe it is also time to think about how you want to implement whatever you're reflecting, the changes, adjustment you want to do in your life, and what are the steps and tangible actions you can start taking. And it can be about Aquarius rule things, so it can be about our different our structures in different parts of our life. For example, we have a lot of structure, the way we live our life, the way we work, the way we take action, the way we behave in relationships, and our health, and also in our family dynamics. But also Aquarius zoom out, so it can be about the structure, the part we play in the community, in the different companies, community, or association you belong to. And when we zoom out bigger, it is how we show in the world. The society is also structure, the government. So maybe you have been thinking, revisiting, reflecting those structures, and start to see what works, what doesn't work, what are you holding on to that's not working anymore, and is there any change that you want to do, that you want to implement. Now that Mercury is retrograding back in Capricorn, you can start to plan out the actions that you can take towards them. And once Mercury goes direct on February 3rd, you can take action and start doing that. And with Mars being in Capricorn too, that steady focus energy will definitely positively help you in doing that as well. And on Friday, the 28th, Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is going to conjunct Pluto today. So Pluto, the planet of deep healing and transformation, death and rebirth, secrets, is conjuncting Mercury, the planet of thoughts and communication, which is retrograding. So, sounds scary. What is it about? So today, maybe it's just that while you're doing all those reflecting and rethinking, revisiting, there's some truth that you're really looking into. It can be hidden truth, secrets that you find out, or actually something that is deeper that you might be avoiding looking into, but now you kind of, ooh, I feel there's really a need to do some deep diving in it. So maybe that on this day you will have some really impactful, transformative, or deep conversations. So whether it is within yourself or with others. So this conversation might help you to see the truth or help you bring in a different perspective or angle to the different areas in your life too. And on 29th, Saturday, very big news. Venus is finally going direct. So Venus is going direct on 3:76 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 4:46 p.m. Hong Kong time. So it feels like a millennium, and now Venus is finally wrapping its retrograde journey and going direct. And the funny thing is, when I look at the numbers, I do love numerology, and Venus is going direct on 11 degrees in Capricorn, and the day 29th breaks down to 11 too, so we have a 11-11 portal. So that day we for some of us, not everyone, but for some of us, we might really feel that positive or forward movement shift of energy within us. So like I said, Venus retrograde was giving us a needed time and space to take a step back, to slow down and really reevaluate, reflect, and to look at everything that Venus rule, which is our relationships, all relationships, including the one with ourselves, money matters, things that we value, and things that bring us joy. It's also about our beauty and our image. So a lot have been probably reviewed, reflected, and now that Venus is going direct, things that we want to change, adjust, implement, well, now you got the green light. It's go time. So I feel there's a sense of forward momentum that's helping you to implement all those changes or adjustment you want. And for some people it can be like a very noticeable change, but remember, energy flows. So even though I say that yes, that's the time when Venus goes direct, there's always a post shadow period, which is about 1 to 2 weeks. So for some people it is like slowly seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, knowing the direction you want to head towards and the things that you want to adjust or change, and you see the way, you know what to do now, so you're heading towards there. So don't feel defeated or sad if you don't feel like that surge of push on that day. Is totally normal. So just take your time. Previously I mentioned Mars is now in Capricorn, so it's a really beautiful energy. That steady focus energy, like I mentioned before, will really help you to take those tangible steps that you want to take to implement the change or adjustment you want in those areas in your life. So love that for us. On the 30th, Sunday, very interesting aspect. We have the sun right now is in Aquarius. We're in Aquarius season. Sun in Aquarius is going to square Uranus. And if you have been listening to my videos, on January 1st, I mentioned that we're starting the year with kicking off the year 2022 on January 1st with Sun trining Uranus. So during that time, it was a beautiful energy, kind of shining a light into the changes that we want to implement into this year, moving forward into this year. And now that the sun is squaring Uranus, it is giving us a little nudge, because during those, after January 1st, we have Venus, we already have Venus retrograde, and then after a little while, we have Mercury retrograde. So from January 1st up to this point, we probably feel like it's not really going fast. We might feel a slow start. We might not feel that super energized for moving energy within us. And it is because of the retrograde energy. And now that the planets are slowly going direct, we probably, and if you're doing your work, really reflecting in those areas of your life and start taking maybe tangible little steps towards the changes you want to implement and to help you move forward in those areas of your life. This Sun square Uranus is kind of giving you that little punch, little nudge, is telling you, hey, get ready for those changes, all right? Because we're doing it. And Uranus is the planet of sudden change, right? So if you're on the receiving side of that, there's a little chance that maybe somebody is going to bring you a surprise news or change as to communication, as to what they want to maybe communicate with you. So you might receive some news or truth or aha moments within you as well, to see that change that you need to take and implement. So that's that energy. I don't think it's a bad one. Is maybe you have been, we're using that retrograde energy to really thinking and reflecting, and maybe that Sun square Uranus is giving that little push and nudge that, oh, well, yeah, we better start implementing those changes instead of just, thinking. So it's action time now. It's like go time now. And lastly, during this whole week in the background, we have this Venus trine Uranus energy in the background. So it's a beautiful energy. It's a very harmonious energy. Venus, yes, is retrograding most of the week and slowly going direct. So this Venus trine Uranus energy is really kind of letting us see what it can feel like to take those changes or implement those changes we want in our life. So it can be really giving us a last push, a last look at our Venus retrograde journey. All the things that I talked about, what we're supposed to reflect on during this Venus retrograde journey. Hopefully, many of us probably feel that. I do also feel that personally. Venus trine Uranus is really giving us that last look, that wrap up energy, to have a last look at all those stuff, to see and reflect and think about the changes or adjustment we really want to implement. But when Venus goes direct, we can really feel we're ready to do those changes. So that's about it for the week. Quite a lot going on, but I think all of them are quite beautiful energies to work with and very positive. So now let's move to the tarot card reading. Hi everyone, so we are at the tarot card reading part for the collective to see what's happening, what's the general theme for the collective this upcoming week, January 24th to 30th. Remember, this is a general reading. It will not resonate with everyone, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Feel free to come back after the weekend to see if the message relates to you more. And all the cards have been meditated and shuffled with the intentions already. So let's begin. What does the collective need to know? January 24th to 30th. To 30th. Okay, usually I only take 6 cards, but at the last one, 2 came out, and they're both major arcana. So this week we have some pretty significant energy that is coming out here. So let's see. As I said, Venus retrograde is wrapping up her trip in Capricorn, and it's gonna station direct on the 29th. And even though we still have a short period of post shadow energy, we probably will feel that positive shift, that shift of energy within us, or it might play out for us in those areas of our life. So let's look at the cards. For some of us this week, for some people, this maybe for some of us, we really have been taking this past month or so during Venus retrograde and also now Mercury retrograde to slow down, to go within, to actually really reflect on some areas in our life. Like I said, the Venus ruled areas of our life will be all our relationships and money matters, things that we value, things that brings us joy. And we really take that time to process, to revisit and reflect on those areas. And for some of us, it feels like that we have some ideas and we have things that we want to implement and to change, because we see that there are things that are no longer working out in those areas of our life, or that's no longer serving us. And there might be a need for planting some new seeds or readjusting the situation. So this week, for some people, it might be, depending which side of the story you're at. For some people, it will be delivering a news to the other person, or receiving a news from the other person. Again, it doesn't have to be just romantic. It can be work-related, family matters, friendship, the relationship between you and colleague, you and your boss, you and your family member, and of course you and your loved one. And even within yourself, you might receive some revelation as to what truth do you have to finally face. What are the changes you can no longer ignore? There are changes that you need to make or adjust in those areas of your life. For some people, it is about walking away from a relationship that no longer serves you, that's not working out, that one-sided, or for some people, it's after processing, is wanting to mend a relationship, whether it is romantic, friendship, family, or work. So we can see this happening. For some people, it is finally having that courage to communicate that and to deliver that news. And for some people on the other receiving end might feel, of course, sad and defensive even, because you might not be on the same page, and you might try to talk and communicate and even argue. So really, with Mercury retrograde too, so really be gentle with your words if you're the one that's delivering news to end some situation. And for some people, depending, really, everyone's life is different and they're going through different things. So I'm really sending you love if you're going through some tough moments. But for some of you, of course, it's going to be quite happy, because it is to communicate, to mend a relationship. So congrats. And again, it doesn't have to be all romantic. Again, Venus do rules love, but it also rules money matter. It can be, work or friendship that you want to let go or mend. So yeah, it can play out differently depending on your situation. So that is what I see. And I also just have another message coming in as well, as no matter which side you're on, and if you do receive some message to let go, or to walk away from, or to end some relationships in your life, whether it is family dynamics, a friendship, work related or romantic, no matter what kind of relationship, it's going to be hard and it's going to be sad. But Spirit is asking you and encouraging you that no matter what emotions come up, they are all valid. So really just give yourself time and space to really feel those emotions, to process them, because that is the only way to help you move forward. And don't feel bad if you feel like you need to, take the weekend off, to take a couple days for yourself, for some self-care and love. This is your feelings, your emotions are valid. So if you need to go within to a process, by all means, take that time. And Spirit also want me to let you know that it might not seem all sunshine and rainbow for some of us right now, but eventually, after some time you process, you will see the bigger picture. You will see the lessons behind it, and you will see how sometimes rejections are just God's redirection for open up space for something new, something better to come in our life. So even though it can be hard, but eventually, when you look back, you will be able to connect the dots and see why sometimes things happen the way they happen. Whoa, what did I just say? Okay, I just want to I want to take all the cards out before I say anything else. have to say, the energy of the cards don't lie. And I just love what Spirit does. They just give you additional, that's why I love Oracle cards so much as well, because they bring in additional messages, advice, and guidance that gel everything together. So what I just said in the tarot card reading is that really, no matter what happened this week, positive, negative, whatever comes up, even though you might be the one that's delivering news and you might feeling really hard, and it is something that's really hard to do, it is for the better good. And on the receiving end, if you do receive some not so happy news, and you might want to feel like you want to slap the other person or get defensive and argue and all that, while all your emotions are valid and real and do honor those, do bring love into the situation to yourself and the other person. I mean, it's hard, you know, when you're in the heat of the moment, you might really it's just hard to calm down and expect powerful change. For some of us, it is some really big changes, aha moments, whether it is revelations within yourself or something you need to communicate. Bring love to the situation and remain positive, to know that even though if shit hits the fan or something really bad happened and you feel like shit, and it's okay. You know, we all been there and done that. And sometimes we can't process at the moment. It is always after some time when we look back that we can connect the dots and see why things happen certain way, in order to help us to move forward, whether it is to move on forward for ourselves, for something better, or simply just serving us as a, you know, a milestone, a stepping stone to be a better version of ourselves. And surround yourself with protective energy. So if you feel sad or angry or anything, do take some time for yourself and take a break. Give yourself some self-love or self-care, and maybe talk to someone, a friend or therapist, to communicate. And surround with people or experience environment. Go to the nature. I always think the nature is so powerful and so healing. Spend some alone time. You know, if you have spiritual practice, call on your angels, your guide, your ancestor to bring you protection, guidance, and healing energy, to help you to move forward whatever you're going through, and remain positive. You know, something might not work out, but maybe it is for you to move on to something better. So for the Wisdom of Oracle deck, we have 2 cards that jump out. I usually only just want one, but oh well. So we have card 35, Loyal Hearts. So 35 breaks down to 8, which is an auspicious spiritual number, and it is, and you can look at the image right here. If you can see, it's 2 owls forming like a heart with little crowns on them and looking towards each other. And then here we have another heart. So, and then there's 2 keys unlocking the heart, the locks. So for some, it is really to open up, to communicate, to mend a relationship, whether romantic, friendship, or with a family member, or resolve some work situation or conflict, you know. So this is a really beautiful card. And then we have card 36, come to the edge. You can see this girl dancing at the edge of this cliff, but she's still so graceful. She's fearless, and there's rose petal all around. So, and 36 breaks down to 9 is ending a cycle. We're at the end of the Venus retrograde journey. So maybe for some of us, it is really taking that break to go within to process some information. And it can be hard. It can feel quite transformative. And with Pluto conjuncting Venus 3 times, we actually have one coming up. There's one more coming up. It has really helped us to purge, to really give us that light to shine at the deeper angles, deeper corners that we sometimes neglect or don't want to see, to help us see clearer, to really drop down to the heart space, to truly know what we want and what we value in life, because life is short. No time to waste, right? So I'm just going to read the oracle message for you as well. Here we have card 35, loyal hearts, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are in eternity loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. And yeah, exactly. Always know that we are so busy and always want to seek love, loyalty, and faithfulness from the other person, from our family members, our friends, work situations, or our romantic partners. We forget that actually the most important relationship that we have is the one with ourselves. And no matter what happened in life, someone is always there to love us. And yes, it might sound a little bit woo-woo, but it is the Mother Earth, the universe, your higher self, your ancestor, your guidance, they all are rooting for you, loving you unconditionally. And the love that you have yourself, no one can love you better than yourself. Always remember that. Always remember that. Card 36, come to the edge. Courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is a time to take a risk that is not calculated. To feel the exhalation. To feel the exhalation for you, ready for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. What did I just say, right? This card definitely, and given that this card is card 36 breaks down to 9, ending a cycle. We're at the end of the Venus retrograde journey. It is time to really have that last few days to really drop down to that heart space, to process everything, and to look at your deeper self, to talk to your deeper self, your heart, and to listen. What do you really want, and what do you value, treasure in your life? How do you want to live your life? So something to contemplate this week as we are wrapping up the Venus retrograde journey. So I hope this message resonates. Please comment below. Let me know how this message relates to you. And all my information are in the description box. Follow me on Instagram, email me or DM me if you want a private reading that's more catered to you. And I am sending you so much love, wishing you all a good week ahead. I'll see you next week. Bye.